So here's an interesting one. The customer just brought this in and said that it was making a loud clanking noise, which is never a good thing usually. But I've never seen this before. Check it out. See that? And there's one coming through there too. That's actually the handle here that for whatever reason has poked down through the deck, and believe it or not, the blade was hitting it.
Yikes.
Yeah, I'm not quite sure how that happened, but I think I can fix it. Normally, there's bolts that go down in here that hold the handle in place, but I didn't realize that if you didn't have them, the darn thing will shoot down into your blade.
Holy smokes.
Alright, I don't know what to do here. Maybe just pull on it. Oh yeah, it's coming out. Oh boy. Okay. So now we just need to find the holes in the handle and get some bolts to go down through there. So I pulled it out far enough to where you can see the hole where the bolt's supposed to go, but then I just realized you have to have a nut on the bottom to thread that bolt in. And you can see there's a little slot down below here where you slide a nut in, and then when you put the bolt in from above, you can thread it into that nut. Pretty chintzy setup. I see a lot of these that are broken because the bolts fall out and the handle gets loose and people break it. So here's what the setup is supposed to look like. Well, look at that. That side must have fallen out. That's what it's supposed to look like, that little knob there. And I don't see the bolt or the I don't see the nut underneath. Let's look at the other side here. So on this side you can see the nut is there and the correct bolt, and that's some sort of funky nut, flat nut, but I think a regular one will fit in there too. But as I mentioned, they do fall out and someone already had to replace that side. Okay, so let's see what this looks like. So I'll price a new one of these because it looks like it matters how long it is and that sort of stuff. So I priced the knobs and the square nuts, and it was going to be like $25 or something crazy like that. So I went to the hardware store and I was able to find square nuts for 23 cents a piece. So you're looking at a little over $1 in parts. Alright, looks like I'm going to have to take this wheel off. Alright. So now you can see where this goes right there. And I'm going to get a washer. Put the washer right in there. Well, I had to go with 2-inch bolts instead of 1.5 inches. Down we go. All right, this is going to work. I'll do the same thing to the other side, and we'll call it good. We are back in action, folks. So the handle won't be quick release anymore. but oh well. It's better than spending $25 on nuts and bolts. There we go. Put this square nut in. Hopefully we can get this to tighten up here. Oh yeah, perfect. And because this is all plastic, you can't tighten it down too much. That lock washer I put in there, you just want to crush it enough. That's good. Alright folks, I think this thing is fixed. I also had to buy a carriage bolt for up here. It was missing. And I had this knob in stock, but it was missing one of these, which is what we call a carriage bolt. That was another $8 or $10 for both of these parts, but luckily I only had to pay about 25 cents for the carriage bolt. Okay. All right. Okay, so there's no more handles sticking out, but we do have a hole left in the deck from where it did do that. Pretty weird.